On today's show, Connor Fuchsa sits down with a senior soccer player to show how her passion kept her going. Juan Liber takes a look at how DECA is preparing for their state competition next month. These stories and more on this edition of HTN Daily. Good afternoon, Rock Nation, and welcome back to another episode of Season Pass. Today is Friday, and I think I speak for everyone when I say I'm ready for the weekend. Now for today's news. Black Student Union is currently preparing for the month of Black History, and because of this, BSU is seeking out students to partake in their Black History read-in. This event will take place February 18th, yet there will be meetings held during SOAR time leading up to the program. In order to prepare, if you are interested in getting involved, please scan the QR codes on the screen or visit their Instagram at rhhs.bsu for more information. Next week is Hope Week. Hope Squad has organized costume days to celebrate. Monday is Western Day, Tuesday is movie/TV show day, Wednesday is of course Yellow Day, Thursday is Jersey Day, and Friday is Pajama Day. These dress-up days will take place next week from February 1st to the 5th. Remember, it's okay not to be okay. DECA aims to teach students about all things business. Juan Liber reports on what exactly DECA is and how they plan to prepare for state.
My name is Dylan Kiesel.
And hi, my name is Clarissa Gomez.
Preparing young emerging leaders in today's society is just what DECA does. Over the past few months, students developed projects in business and marketing for competition. For their work, 12 members have advanced to state competition.
So DECA is a business club here at Rock Hill. And it is a club that we get to compete in different business competitions against other schools in the Metroplex and across the state.
It's basically where you go and you can compete with other people that are interested in business and really get to learn about the business qualities in life.
New year, new school, new program.
This is my first year in DECA.
This is my first year.
This is my first year.
This first DECA experience has them tweaking their projects, making improvements to put their best efforts to win state.
So my students have been absolutely awesome. We've set up times to get together and kind of talk about their events. I've kind of given them some feedback and advice on either their presentations or their business plans and things like that.
Study with Miss Breaka. She's actually going to help us all out, everybody who made it to state, and go from there.
I plan to look over the notes that the judges have given me, and I also want to touch up on my financial model.
Just like everything else, COVID has affected the way DECA is usually ran, but advisor Miss Breaka and her students still practiced and are competing safely as the traditional in-person competitions are held virtually.
So if we move on past state to nationals, they'll be going to that here in a few months, which fingers crossed, I hope we do. But if there's anybody that's interested in DECA, we're having sign-ups at the beginning of next year in August if anybody would like to join.
State competition is February 8th and 9th. For HTN Daily, I'm Bronwyn Liber.
Well, that's all for today's news. Now I'm going to send it over to Juan Duron and his very special guest for today's Season Pass.
Thank you, Troy, and welcome back to another episode of Season Pass. Today I have a very special guest with me, varsity basketball player Jaythan Jackson. Jaythan, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Now let's get into some sports recaps. Jaythan, can you tell me a little more about your game on Tuesday?
Well, on Tuesday we faced against the Denison Yellow Jackets. At first we did start a little shaky, and Denison did have a 4-point lead on us. But that would be the only lead that would have us the rest of the game. Coach called a timeout after the 4 points were scored, and it was all uphill from there. We started dominating the court with players like Anthony Williams, who dropped 23 points, and me, who dropped 16 points. The final score was 92-46, blowing them out by almost 50 points. We have another game tonight at Princeton away.
That same Tuesday, boys soccer faced off against the Colony and beat them in penalties. The final score was 2-2 at the end of regulation, with Caleb Zavala and Isaac Sorensen both scoring goals. In penalties, Jay Glover made 2 crucial saves to win the game, and they played tonight at home against McKinney North. Girls soccer also played that night and lost a tough game with the final score of 2-1, with Noemi Mistretta scoring their only goal. They will have a shot at redemption tonight when they face off against McKinney North away at their stadium. Girls basketball hit a roadblock in their push towards the playoffs, but Coach Stephanie Shaw plans to not let the timing impact their sights toward the playoffs.
Yeah, this timing makes it really tough because it is, we've got 5 games left and we need to win 2 of those 5, and the timing is what's really hard. However, I think our kids, we practiced for the first time today with only 8 of us, but the guys that were there did a really good job of being locked in. And I think their belief in each other has been the biggest thing in their belief in our system. So hopefully that transpires in the next 5 games.
Having gotten quarantined at such an awkward time and the way the players who tested negative for COVID-19 were allowed back at school and were able to fully participate in practice on Wednesday. But this just shows that following protocols and staying safe are important, especially at such a crucial time in their late season push.
You can do everything right when you're with your kids, and even like myself, I limited the people that I was around and the people I came in contact with, and I still tested positive. So I don't think you can plan to not let it happen. This has been a crazy year. I think, like we tell our kids every day, it's not what happens to you, it's how you handle it. So, it's doing the best you can, talking to your kids about being smart about who they're around. But if something like this does happen, is being prepared for it is the biggest thing.
Girls basketball may still be recovering with a few players out due to quarantine still, but they continue with their push to playoffs away tonight against Princeton at 6:15. They also played Lovejoy here at the RHHS Arena on Tuesday, February 2nd.
Girls varsity soccer has begun their season. Connor Fuchs sits down with one of those members to hear how her season has impacted her.
High school has setbacks that help students grow and improve. Anica had her moment when being cut from the team her sophomore year and not making it again her junior year, making her have an internal conflict on her pursuit of soccer.
I really wanted to give up. I wanted to stop playing club. I wanted to just not touch the ball again. It was really discouraging, and it was surprising at first because I had made it the year prior, but being the only one cut, it was just so discouraging, and I wanted to give up.
Although discouraged, she found new ways to stay in touch with the sport.
Sophomore, junior year, I was manager sophomore year, and I decided to do that to stay with my friends because they're like my motivation. They just kind of keep me going. So I wanted to stay close to them, and I've always loved playing soccer. So I just wanted to be around and just get to watch, games.
Adeline was finally able to pursue her goal in her final season by making the team and by playing on varsity. With that, she has the team supporting her on and off the field.
Adeline brings a quiet but fun personality on and off the field. Her nickname is Stealth, so she really is quiet, but she's very valuable, and she actually does really well on the field, and she's a great person to talk to off the field.
Adeline has been able to conquer her goals and finally go back on the field, learning a valuable lesson to never give up.
Don't give up, because although it seems bad at the time and it seems like it's the end of the world, it really isn't. If you keep trying, you'll become successful.
For HTN Season Pass, I'm Connor Fuchs.
Well, that's going to do for today's show. For Season Pass, I'm Juan Duron.
I'm Jaythan Jackson. Mask up and rock on.